Namaskar. This is the second session. In last session, we discussed what is industrial automation and how many models are there, what is the syllabus. So we'll discuss all these things in last session. In this session, we'll start first model, that is introduction to automation. What is automation? Anybody knows? Means automatic, okay, means replacement of human being or human efforts, to reduce human efforts. How it is defined? So automation is the technology by which a process or procedure is accomplished without human assistance. What is automation? Automation is the technology by which a process or procedure is accomplished without human assistance. It is implemented using a program of instructions combined with a control system that executes the instructions. To automate a process, power is required both to drive the process itself and to operate the program and control systems. So although automation can be applied in a wide variety of areas, it is most closely associated with the manufacturing industry. As we are mechanical engineer, so we will discuss the automation considering manufacturing industries. So automation has a wide area, but it is mostly closely associated with the manufacturing industry. So we will discuss manufacturing industries, industrial automation with respect to manufacturing industries. So automated manufacturing systems operate in the factory on the physical product. They perform operations such as processing, assembly, inspections or material handling. In some cases, completing more than one of these operations, so in same system is possible. Okay, so they are called as automated because they perform their operations with a reduced level of human participation compared with the corresponding manual processes. In some highly automated systems, there is a virtually no human participant. Okay, so automated manufacturing systems are different types of systems. Okay, so there are sometimes semi-automation and lower automation, and some systems are highly automated systems. In case of highly automated system, there is virtually no human participation. Automated manufacturing systems includes automated machine tools that process parts. Also, it includes transfer lines that performs a series of machining operations. It includes automated assembly systems. It includes manufacturing systems that use industrial robots to perform processing or assembly operations. This includes automatic material handling and storage systems. We will discuss all these parts in coming chapters. So, automated manufacturing system includes automatic inspection systems or quality control systems. See, automated manufacturing systems are used in machine tools that process parts. These are used in transfer lines. These are used in assembly systems. These are used as an industrial robot. It is used in material handling system. Also, it is used in automatic inspection systems. Okay, so all this consists that automated manufacturing system. Automation is a technology concerned with the application of mechanical, electronic and computer based systems to operate and control production. So what this technology includes then? So the technology includes automatic machine tools to process parts. So machine tool is important part. Then automatic assembly machines are important. Then industrial robots. Then automatic material handling and storage systems. Automatic inspection systems for quality control. Then also it includes feedback control and computer process control systems. Then computer systems for planning, data collection and decision making to support manufacturing activities. So all these are included in automation. Okay, as a technology concern. So we must know all these things. Let us discuss some elements in automated systems. So human has some elements. Similarly, automation has some elements. An automated system consists of three basic elements. So first is power system. Okay, the power supply. So every machine requires power. So electric power. So power to accomplish the process and operate the systems. Then second element is program instruction. Program instruction to direct the process. And third is control systems. Okay. So power, program instruction and control systems are used in the particular process, manufacturing process. So you can see in a figure that is elements of automated systems. So let us discuss each element in detail. So first is power. So power to accomplish the automated process. An automated system is used to operate some process, and power is required to drive the process as well as the controls. For control system also power is required, for actual process power is required. The principal source of power in automated system is electricity, you know, all of you. So electric power has many advantages in automated as well as non-automated processes. So what are the advantages? So electrical power is widely available in moderate cost. Electrical power can be readily converted to alternative energy forms. So it can be converted into mechanical form, thermal form, light, acoustic, hydraulic and pneumatic system. Any form you can convert this electricity. Electric power at low level can be used to accomplish functions such as signals, transmission, information processing and data storage and communication. So all these functions can perform with the help of electricity. Then electric energy can be stored in long life batteries for use in locations where an external source of electrical power is not conveniently available. Okay, it can be stored in a battery. So these are some information about power system. So major power source used is electrical power and it has many advantages. Power is required to automate for some thing, that is following thing, that is processing operation. Power is required, loading and unloading the work in it, material transport between operations. So many times, you know, the transportation, the diesel engine or petrol engine is used, or gasoline is used, or CNG is used. Here the power is required to control in it, power required to actuate the control signals, power required for data acquisition and information processing systems. So these are some requirement of powers. Then second element is a program instruction. Okay, first is power, second is a program instructions. So it consists of work cycle program, then process parameters, then decision making in programmed work cycle. So it consists of work cycle programs, process parameters and decision making in program work cycle. So in case of decision making, so operator interaction, different parts and product style process and variation in starting units. Okay. Then third part is control system. So third element is control system. So in control system, so there are two systems. Two systems are there. Control systems, there are two systems. So one is, so there are two systems are there, control systems. So moving to this control systems, so in case of program instructions, so process parameters are inputs to the process such as temperature, setting of furnace, coordinate axis value in positioning system, value open, valve open, close in fluid flow systems, motor on or off. The process parameters are distinguished for process variable, so which are output from the process. So for example, the actual temperature of furnace, the actual position of axis, the actual flow rate of fluid in the pipe, the rotational speed of motors. So here the change in process parameter value may continuous, that is gradual changes during the process steps. For example, gradual increasing temperature during the heat treatment, or discrete, that is stepwise changes, for example on off. So this comes under process parameters. Then the work cycle may include manual steps where the operator performs certain activity during the work cycle. The automated system performs the rest. The common example is the loading and unloading of parts by the operator to and from the numerical control machine between machining cycle, where the machine performs the cutting operation under part program control. So initiation of cutting operations of each cycle is triggered by operator activating start button after the part has been loaded. And the decision making in programming work cycle, in automated work cycle, the only two features, that is number and sequence processing, numbers and sequence processing steps, and the process parameter changes in each step. Each work cycle consists of same steps and associated process parameters changes with no variation from one cycle to the next. And the program instructions is repealed each work cycle without deviation. In fact, many automated manufacturing operations, so they require decision to made during the programmed work cycle to cope with variations in the cycle. In many cases, the variations are routine element of the cycle, and corresponding instructions for dealing with them are incorporated into the regular part program. So this case includes operator interactions. So operator interaction means, so although the program of instruction is intended to be carried out without human interaction, the controller unit may require input data from a human operator in order to function. Then different part or product styles processed by the system. In this instance, the automated system is programmed to perform different working cycles on different part or product styles. And variation in starting work unit. In many manufacturing operations, the starting work units are not consistent. A good example is a sand casting as the starting work unit. In machining operation, the dimensional variations in the raw casting sometimes necessitates an extra machining pass to bring the machine dimension to the specified value. The part program must be coded to allow for additional pass from necessary. So these are some variations in starting work unit. So according to this, there are some program instructions are there. So in all of these examples, the routine variations can be accommodated in a regular work cycle program. A program can be designed to respond to sensors or operator input by executing the appropriate subroutine corresponding to the input. In other cases, The variation in work cycle are not routine at all. They are infrequent and unexpected, such as the failure of an equipment component. In these instances, the program must include contingency procedures or modifications in the sequence to cope with the conditions that lie outside the normal routine. So this is about program instructions. So next element is control system. The control element of automated system executes program instructions. The control system causes the process to accomplish its defined function, which is to carry out some manufacturing operations. The controls in an automated system can be either closed or open. These can be closed or open. So in figure you can see the closed loop control system. This is also called as feedback control system. Is one in which the output variable is compared with an input parameter and difference between two is used to derive the output into agreement with the input. Okay, this figure shows closed loop control system consists of 6 elements. See, 1 input parameter, 2nd process, 3rd output variable, 4th feedback sensor, then 5th controller, 6th actuators. So input parameters often referred to as a set point. So represents the desired value of output. The process is the operation or function of being controlled. In particular, it is the output variable that is being controlled in the loop. Here sensors. A sensor is used to measure the output variable and close the loop between input and output. Sensor perform the feedback function in a closed loop control system. The controller compares the output with the input and makes the required adjustment in the process to reduce the difference between them. So the adjustment is accomplished using one or more actuators. So which are the hardware devices that physically carry out the control actions, such as an electrical motor or a flow valve. So model figure given, that is 1.2 figure, shows only one loop. However, most industrial processes require multiple loops, one for each process variable that must be controlled. So in contrast to the closed loop control system, an open loop system, the second system is open loop system, operates without feedback loop. So on the screen you can see that is an open loop control system. In this case the control operates without measuring the output variable. So no comparison is made between the actual value of the output and the desired input parameter. The controller relies on an accurate model of the effect of its actuator on the process variable. With an open loop system, there is always the risk that the actuator will not have the intended effect on the process. And this is the disadvantage of an open loop system. Its advantage is that it is generally simpler and less expensive than the closed loop system. Open loop systems are usually appropriate when some conditions are applied. When it is appropriate? When the action performed by control systems are simple, when the actuating function is very reliable, and any reaction forces opposing the actuation are small enough to have no effect on the actuations. If these characteristics are not applicable, then closed loop system may be more appropriate. Okay, this is about control system. This is about basic elements. So today we discussed definition of automation. Then we discussed automated manufacturing systems, some elements of automated manufacturing systems, power, program instruction and control systems. Also we discussed elements of control systems. Okay, in next session or lecture we will discuss some advanced automation functions. So if you have any doubt, you can ask your doubt, you can write in your comment box. Okay, thank you very much.